Peter.
Hi, Keith.
How are you?
Hi. How are you, man? I'm fine, thank you.
Doing good.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Everything okay?
I can hear you
All
good.
right.
So,
Okay.
how's the day
Nice.
so far?
Nice seeing you.
Nice meeting you. How was
Nice
the day
meeting you
so
too.
far, Peter?
Sorry.
How was the day so far?
How? Sorry. I have to turn the volume louder. Just
Oh,
give me a second. Okay. All right.
so how was the day so far, Peter?
Okay. A little busy, because we're trying to work on some new material for an upcoming release. So we're
Good. Sounds good.
locked in the studio.
Sounds
It is summer, but we are locked in the studio, and it's a bit strange,
yeah. Yeah. So, Peter, your debut album Unbounded was out on April 14. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new album?
Right. Unbounded is our debut album. It came out on April 14th. It is digital distributed at the moment. You know, the whole creative and recording process began during the lockdown phase. We actually came together as a band on in the spring of 2020. So right after this, we began working on the material that eventually came up on the Unbounded album. There isn't a standard procedure regarding the songs and the songwriting and the lyrics, but we usually come up with some ideas, riffs, patterns, music, etc. And then we collected all the material, and we usually deal with the arrangements and some changes here and there. And the lyrics usually come up right after the whole arrangement thing. We must finish with the music generally, and then deal with the lyrics. And that's basically what happened with Unbounded. It took us about 1 year to finish the album, including the mixing process and the mastering and all thing. Of course, some things changed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so we have to make some things differently and deal with some things in a different way that we have previously used in other bands and stuff.
Sounds good. And
So
yep.
It actually the whole process was finished on the fall of 2021.
Mhm. Sounds good. And was there any particular concept that was put behind this album?
There isn't a particular concept that connects all the 6 songs of the album. There are some messages, hidden messages, and stuff like this that possibly are hidden in each song, and of course in every album or in every creative process, you can find some common approaches and messages and lyrically what and some lyrics that may appear in some other songs in the same release, but there isn't a common concept that connects each one of the songs. But the first song, which is it's called Prometheus Unbound, and it is a trilogy song. We came up in 3 parts for this one. There is a basic concept of the famous Prometheus myth, which stole in a Greek mythology. stole the fire from the gods and pass it over to mankind. So there are some concept. There is a basic concept there.
Sounds good. And coming back to the album, 6 track of amazing music, great progression, beautiful orchestration, the songwriting, the music, the heaviness, everything came together real well, and a brilliant album from you guys. And as a band, how do you feel about the outcome?
Thank you very much, Keith. Thank you for your kind words. We have different influences as a band. Each one of us has his own influences, and we try to connect them in the best way possible. We are influenced by so many different musical styles that even now are hard to mention. Whether it's about classical music or metal music or rock or progressive rock music or 70s prog rock music or whatever, you name it, they're all there in a strange way. You can hear many different things in our music. And the main thing is that we're trying to evolve musically, to progress musically, and connect different elements and styles that it is hard to recognize. This is the main challenge for us, because every one of us has, have some common influences as a starting point, but we also have different musical backgrounds. So logical to come up with a more progressive style.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And you have released 2 lyric videos in your YouTube channel. And do you have plans to come up with an official music video for any of your songs?
Yeah. As you said, we have 2 different lyric videos. One for a song called Impulse, and one for The Revenant, which is the second lyric video. We have some plans to record a 3rd lyric video, and maybe later on October or September or October, an official video.
Sounds good. Sounds
but
good.
we haven't decided yet for the song.
Sounds
difficult.
Understood. And on April 5th, 14, being the debut release of your album, did you guys do something special on that day?
No, we haven't. We would like to do, a release party or for some friends of ours that support us, or for ourselves, firstly. But it was a bit strange with all these prohibitions and crazy things that are happening right now. So for us, when this album finally was released, it was something that this happens. I need some time to express it because it's a little okay. Every release, every music that we finally come to release is something that is a usual procedure for us. So we don't feel that it's something really exciting. It's just something that usually follows something else. Something like this.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And how is the touring plan looks for you guys this year?
It is very difficult for us to tour because we have some things with our lineup. There are new members that are about to to join our band. So we need to work together as a team and be ready for a possible gig or something else. We are focused on the material of the second album at this moment, and we have some guys, some musicians that are we are working to at the moment, and we hope that in the near future we would have the chance to announce a new member for the band.
Sounds good. And what would be some of the upcoming plans for this year?
We have already begun working on new material, so it would be great that actually we have begun the recording process at the moment, and we hope that we'll be able to finish the recordings before Christmas. So we are all around the recordings. You know, we are so focused in this at this moment, but this is our main goal. And then, of course, we're very glad about the Unbounded album and all of these great and positive feedback. We're very pleased that all the vast majority of the people out there of the audience appreciate our effort. So we would like to keep up with the highest standards that we can at the moment.
Sounds good, Peter. And talking about the songwriting process, do you guys focus on certain topics, or it's going to be any topics that you feel like to do?
It isn't standard procedure. I mean that we don't share. Every one of us has his own approach when it comes to songwriting. For instance, I can speak for myself, of course, but I can write. I can come down to some ideas in every possible way, which means that I may have an idea and then move musically to support it. I also have the lyrics and the lyrical concept, so I work in a way like a film scoring composer. I try to support the whole lyrical concept that I have in my mind, and then I come down to music to support this. Of course, some other ideas may come up after jamming or trying some ideas in the studio. It is not a standard procedure, you know. It is always evolving.
Gotcha. Wonderful. And any big dreams that you have on your mind?
Not that big, actually. The best for us is to keep up doing what we are doing at the moment, to evolve, to move forward, to express ourselves musically, and above all, to have a kind of freedom and artistic freedom. That way we can create every crazy idea that may comes to our minds, and this is the main thing. Not that something more down to earth approach. You know,
Yep.
Just doing what we at the moment we have the privilege to do at the moment.
Sounds good, Peter. And Peter, finally, do you have any message that you want to give to your fans around the world?
Thank you very much for your support. It is an honor and a privilege for us to receive all these messages and all this support from guys from boys, girls all around the world from so many different places. It is it is so great to hear, to have the chance to talk with people like you, for instance, for I can't promise anything for the future. The only promise that we always give to our supporters and friends is that we will always do our best to provide the best music possible. This is the only thing that we are committed, and yeah, this is it's something simple for us.
Sounds good.
Move forward and
Sounds
evolve with every release, with every song.
Sounds good, Peter. And Peter, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this opportunity to have this great interview, and the pleasure to meet you today. And thank you so much for giving amazing music to the metal fraternity around the world. Real pleasure to listen to Unbounded. And thanks for the amazing music again. And I wish you guys all the best in the coming days.
Thank you, Keith. We are flattered by your kind words. Keep up the great work you guys are doing with all this, with the sites and the whole your whole journey. And it was very nice talking to you.
Thank you, Peter. It's my pleasure to have you today. Thank you, and have a great evening out there.
Nice
Take care of
day.
yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Take care.
Take care.
Hi, Keith.
Bye-bye.